we were talking a little bit, Tori and I were talking a little bit about trays, like trays on beds and stuff. And, you know, they say it's really outdated if you put a tray on a bed. And I have a different opinion about that, but I want to hear what you guys are thinking about these trays on beds.
Now Elizabeth is saying trays on beds, yuck.
Hey, unless they're bringing it to me while I'm in the bed, then I'm good with it.
Okay, so this is my controversy with this. This is the whole point.
Tray on bed is an issue. What about the fake food on the tray on the bed?
Okay.
Like, is that, I don't know. Like, we don't do that anymore in New York.
Okay, so
I haven't done a tray in a long time.
One is the tray on the bed. I actually don't mind it so much because as I'm not a stager, right? So I'm not sick of using them. And I think that's part of it is you guys are sick of using these trays. You're sick of seeing the same things. So the white carpets, the fuzzy, you know, all that stuff you're sick of seeing, right? It's part of it. But as buyers, you know, when I see the tray on the bed, I think triggers my husband. I could have the lifestyle. My husband's gonna bring me across the bed, and he does. He does. I'm very spoiled that way.
So when I'd walk in and see, oh yeah, they staged it themselves. Come tell them how great they did, and I'm like, okay, they've got like it's set ready for Christmas dinner. And, you know, we've got goblets and mugs and all the silverware, and it's just layer and layer, and it's usually their very best dated china that was their grandmother's or something, and it's not reading to. So as soon as I started to see that, we just stopped because it felt like that's a trend that the do-it-yourself stagers, you know, I'm going to sell my house and stage it myself. They all set the table, so we stopped. Now I may do a tray on the corner with a stack of dishes, and because I still love my fun napkins and my fun napkin rings, and I may do a stack, but we don't set it anymore.
I think for one, it's a lot of little stuff that you would have to keep up with, whether it's clean, or especially if it's in an owner-occupied home and you're setting the table and they always have to set it before showing, or they have to make sure it's all not dusted. It becomes more of a hassle than anything else. Not to mention it looks fake. Like even Shelly said, you know, looks fake on the tray. I'm sure she might agree with the setting of the table too. There's a bigger lifestyle out there that you should be focusing on than just setting a table or bringing, you know, someone breakfast in bed.
One of the things that I've really worked hard on becoming known for is creating really strong marketing photos. So when I'm going through the process and I'm walking through doing the staging consultation, many times you know, with the idea of coming back later to do the photo prep or the full staging, what I'm explaining to them is that the more the eye stops in a room, the smaller it appears. So what I do is I want to use color to draw the eye where I want them to look. And then once the brain sees the color, it then starts seeking out details. And so the details in the room, for me, the way that kind of just my vision of to how I like to stage, the details should be the strengths of the house. So when I have things like a tray on the bed, well, keep in mind, I might do a tray on a bed if I have a room that has no personality. Let's say it doesn't have a rich color on the wall. Let's say here we have a lot of moldings. And if it doesn't have moldings and I've got just nothing happening in that room, many times when you work with occupied homes, the home sellers may not be willing to purchase items to update the room or what have you. That's when you have to get real creative. But I might use a tray, but I don't try to do the food on there and all of that. It might be a book with a mug and maybe some glasses or something drawn on there. But very, very rarely do I use it. And I try not to ever have them be used in the photographs because they're distracting. Again, it goes back to that term I use all the time, room dandruff. And again, that's just my perspective. I mean, it's when they remember something about that room, I want them to be talking about the size of the room. I want to talk about the floors, the view out the windows, the closet space. If they leave talking about, wow, did you see that cute china on that tray? That was really, what a cute idea. I have not done my job. I have not done my job, because those are not buying words. Buying words are, well, you know, that room was a little on the small side, but you know, the way that bed was set up in there and everything, you know, that would work for us. I think that could really work. those are buying words. So those things, the trays, the fake food, the little scenes of bakery set up and things, for me, it's just one of those things. If people get caught up too much in that stuff, they're not thinking about the house. So there's that.
I don't know. I think that there's a balance there, because it's about how you feel too, right? So how the room made me feel when I walked in, or how the, like a dining room, with just a little bit of dressings and stuff like that, it makes me feel better than an empty dining room, to be honest.